He was revered like a god.
Matt Harris was one of thousands of former patients who saw Dr. Reginald Archibald as children at the prestigious Rockefeller Institute in New York City. Archibald was a highly regarded growth specialist who said he could help children who were not maturing like their peers.
He was like going to be our family's savior.
Archibald's research was supposed to help kids grow taller, but these former patients told us he sexually abused them. Harris was 14, Gail Coleman was 11, Robert Granado was 8, and Mitchell Schur was just 5.
The entire time you're in the room there with him, you're naked.
He took his finger and he pushed one of my nipples.
And he basically proceeded to masturbate me.
He would rub me there and start asking me, does this feel good?
In a statement in October, officials revealed they'd investigated a complaint about Archibald's inappropriate conduct in 2004 and reported it to authorities. But they also found complaints going back to the 1990s, some deemed credible. Attorney Jennifer Freeman says her firm has had hundreds of calls.
So what does that say to you? That says that there are a tremendous number of victims out there.
It was probably a year after I started seeing him.
Yet these former patients say they never heard anything from the hospital until officials there sent out this letter in October to more than 1,000 of Archibald's former patients asking for information.
I got the letter, and all of a sudden, I felt like I was flashing back 50 years ago. It was burned in my brain, what he did to me.
What do you make of the hospital's statements?
I'm outraged. Outraged.
Gail Coleman says she's particularly angry because the doctor took pictures. She and the others were told to stand without clothing, like the children in these old studies, while he took Polaroid photos of their naked bodies.
Those pictures are what has haunted me through the years.
In 2003, she contacted the hospital looking for answers.
And I got my medical records back and there were no pictures. And that tells me they weren't for medical research, they were for him.
When something like this happens to you, you're kind of robbed of hope, robbed of, trusting people, trusting institutions, trusting humanity.
They had to know something was going on.
So if the hospital comes out and says, well, nobody inside our hospital knew what he was doing.
I don't believe it.
I can't believe that. The hospital has to take some responsibility for this. To me, they covered this all up.
Hospital officials said they deeply regret pain and suffering caused to former patients and are conducting an investigation. 3 additional former patients also told us Archibald recruited them for his studies at the Madison Square Boys Club, where they say he served as the club's doctor. The Boys and Girls Club told us they're disturbed by the allegations and are investigating as well. Anna Werner, CBS News, New York.